I'm here tonight representing, of course, the school side and employment side and burning side now of Kevin Russell. I've told Kevin that one thing I was going to do tonight is just to promise to keep my part short. I've known Kevin for about 4 years, and for tonight I did want to kind of break my exposure to Kevin into what I felt was 3 distinct chapters of my last 4 years with Kevin. So I've named them 2. Chapter 1, Kevin's recruitment. Chapter 2, the theater director cometh. And I do want to make sure that none of you make the same mistake I made. In theater with Kevin, the R comes before the E. You don't want to ever make that mistake twice. So I may remind you a couple times tonight that it's theater-y, you know, like that. So, like I said, don't make that mistake. You don't want to see that side of it. Chapter 3 is an extremely dark chapter that we'll save, of course, for the last there, and then I'll explain a little more on that. So, chapter 1, Kevin's recruitment. Myself and a couple co-workers, we went to Gloria's to eat one summer a few years ago, right here in Chipley. I walked in and at first thought Don Potts must have been in the practice of hiring Rolac middle school students. Little rascal at the register, you know, and we came in to order, and I was kind of punching up child labor, trying to figure out what number I needed to call, maybe snap a quick picture to, you know, make sure Don was doing right. But anyway, then the child was quickly introduced to me as Mr. Kevin Russell, so I kind of noticed my mistake and, quickly, introduced myself, that kind of thing. He was dressed very nice, conservative, black pants, a white shirt, tie. He probably remembers that, outfit that he wore. It's one of those that it all comes on one hanger at the Baby Gap. And it's all picked out. You just kind of put the kid in it, and then they match. The animals aren't really an issue that way. Some quick hellos. Don was kind of giving us this weird look from across the restaurant while he was back there cooking. Kevin took our order. We went to find a quick seat, and several other customers filed in, and we were sitting there waiting on our food and just kind of talking. And once Kevin got caught up at the register, he kind of hopped down off his little crate there and came out around the corner there at the counter, and finally was going to come around, and I guess there he was like the waiter, the person who does the order, and the tea person, and all that kind of stuff. So kind of everybody in one. But my first impression of Kevin was that I didn't think he could fill a tea glass if the directions was on the bottom of the pitcher. Because, we sat there for a long, long time. So I wasn't really that impressed. But, anyway, we were in search for a director and, or theater or person, like Kevin. And we kind of threw caution to the wind and kind of went on a whim there and using Dawn and Gloria's restaurant kind of as the venue, we successfully recruited Kevin. You got to be cautious here. You need to be tactful and think about your approach. So he's going to help look for some solutions to the problem, not acting in a manner that could jeopardize his future with either of the 2 hats he was wearing. And he agreed. He stood up, shook my hand, and was going to go be a problem solver. So I was proud of him, patted him on the shoulder. And, he walked out of there, rolled his shirt sleeves up on his Children's Place shirt, and he was headed after it. So, but like I said, tactful, class, he knew what he had to do. So just a little gnat's eyelash shy of painting his face blue, dressing in a kilt, learning to speak in a Scottish accent, and riding a miniature horse through the streets of Chipley while waving a sword in the air, kind of like Braveheart, Our nice little easy board meeting that night had to be moved, if you remember. Remember, Kevin was discreet and tactful in that. From a room that would seat about 40 to a room that I think seats about 640, if I remember right. So he's such a good little listener, y'all. That's all I'm going to say. And after, some extensive testing, the air samples were collected and analyzed, and some phone book size reports were given back that The Spanish Trail Playhouse was cleared, and Kevin was able to